This section, Section 4, details the project activities which you'll be assisting with over the duration of the project. The two main activities include Basic Early Childhood Development and ECD Center Registration Support. In terms of the Early Childhood Development Curriculum, this is known as the National Curriculum Framework, or NCF. This framework was designed to ensure children develop their skills and knowledge through a topic-based curriculum which allows children to learn through play, while ensuring holistic development. Holistic meaning the developmental areas such as a child's social, emotional, cognitive and physical development. Literacy is also a crucial focus area, and an area so many of our children lag developmentally behind in. Practitioners must align their daily planning activities to the NCF curriculum to ensure a quality, educative and play-based learning style is offered at the center. The learning program, which is aligned with the NCF curriculum, must be facilitated and implemented with the provisions of age and stage-appropriate resources. Practitioners should ensure their activities are play-based and support inclusion, special needs and anti-bias practices within the center. In terms of the early learning development area, or more commonly known as ELDERs, there are 6 main areas of focus, which include ELDER 1, where the focus is on ensuring children enjoy good health, are well nourished, and are provided with a safe environment in which to develop. ELDER 2. This is where children identify who they are, where they're from, and begin developing a strong sense of self-care, love, affection and empathy. ELDER 3. Children learn to communicate through listening to sounds, having different styles of speaking, make meaning by reading, feel, hear, and touch. Children will also record their experiences through language, art and later through writing. ELDER 4. The child begins to investigate, engage, and communicate while starting to become aware of numbers, explore shapes and spaces, and learn through interactive play. ELDER 5. This is about problem solving, finding and creating solutions through visual art activities, as well as engaging in and participating in music, song, dance and play. ELDER 6. This is where children begin to learn about the world by exploring, designing items and making use of toys, tools or technology. Children also start to understand their immediate and physical surroundings, which gives them routines and presents safe spaces and places of reference. In the learning environment, it is important that practitioners have the required tools to facilitate the best value offering at the center. Such implementation resources which should be used in accordance with the daily program include 1. Planning book. 2. Ideas book, which is inclusive of 44 topics for practitioners. 3. Assessment lab book. 4. Planning posters. 5. Pictures daily program. 6. Area labels. Lastly, on the overview of the ECD curriculum. Classroom layout. This provides an overview of how the practitioner should arrange the classroom. The main criteria is that children need to be supervised at all times, and the classroom layout should be structured as such. When you're setting up the classroom, there are 6 main areas to be aware of. 1. Block area. 2. Fantasy book. 3. Art. 4. Music. 5. Books and reading. 6. Maths and science. We'll now move on to the second project-related activity. The overview of ECD Center registration, and the process to follow. The purpose of ECD Center registration is to ensure children have access to a compliant early childhood development center in line with the National Curriculum Framework. The registration status of an ECD center ensures a minimum standard of quality and ensures compliance is maintained, and as such, allows for access to governmental subsidies to assist the ECD center financially. The registration process involves a 16-step process, which highlights the journey the ECD center must go through in order to obtain compliance. The steps in the process include, first off, the ECD Center must meet the national norms and standards of Section 82 of the Children's Act 38. The applicant is then required to set up an appointment with the appointed social service organization, or SSO, designated to the center's area by the department, who will assist with the registration process. The SSO will then ensure the ECD Center has access to a basic registration document pack. The SSO appointed administrator will then review each document with the center owner to ensure all application sections are completed correctly and the relevant policies are in place and submitted as addendums to the application. The SSO should be able to provide policy templates. Alternatively, the Early Learning Resource Unit can assist with this. Please feel free to contact your project coordinator for more information on this. The ECD Center owner will then be required to complete Form 11 and Form 16 respectively. These two forms are the starting applications in order to apply for registration. Each SSO will then assist the center owners with the online municipal clearance application by creating a profile for the ECD Center on the City of Cape Town Municipal Online Portal. On completion of the required information, the ECD Center will then be uploaded onto the system to commence the application process. The ECD Center will then be contacted on a monthly basis by the SSO assistant, who will follow up on additional information required for submission, as requested by the department. A portfolio of evidence will be compiled, and on receipt of all municipal clearances and ECD Center documentation, a site visit will be arranged. The site visit will be conducted by a social auxiliary worker who will verify all information relating to the ECD Center. This is a compulsory verification and will determine whether the ECD Center complies with the basic norms and standards, and to confirm that the ECD Center is conducive for children and learning. A recommendation for registration is then considered, and a recommendation report including the completed portfolio of evidence will be sent to the Department of Basic Education for registration consideration. The recommendation of registration may either be conditional, which is for a period of 2 years, or full registration, which is for a period of 5 years. The land use and zoning, approved building plans, fire and health clearance certificates, along all ECD Center policies are required for full registration. Once the center has completed and received its registration, it remains their responsibility to re-register 6 months prior to the expiration date on the registration certificate.